we were changing drummers, and we used to play up in 100 Mile House at the Cabaret, kind of the main place. Now, the guy that owned the other place, it was called the High Country Cabaret at the time, he said to me, he says, well, I can't really afford the band, but if you ever have to break in a new guy or whatever, I mean, you know, I'll pay you as much as I can, and if you have a big week, I'll chuck in some extra. And he was a pretty cool guy, so we just played the Commodore, and Darwin had left the band, and we decided to hire Trev Cutler, and he was a friend of our bass player Bruce, and he was still living with his parents anyway. So I said, yeah, we're going to play 3 nights at the High Country Cabaret in 100 Mile House. And he says, are we going to rehearse? I said, no, we'll just practice on stage. And he said, cool. And so we went up there, and it was like mid-December. Man, it was so cold. Anyway, we got there, and he was pretty surprised. He was kind of a nerd. He kept thinking, wow, these guys just played the Commodore, and here they are playing in this absolute shithole full of pot growers and rednecks and, you know, first cousins that had married one another. And Thursday, Friday, and everything went pretty good. And on the Saturday, the owner came up and he said they were able to stay open a half an hour later or an hour later. So if we do our regular 3 sets, and then we would do another half-hour set. And he said he'd give us some extra money. And so that was cool. And Trevor didn't know, but the owner also gave me some hits of acid for the band. And so before the 3rd set, which we thought was the last set, we ate acid. And we told the drummer at the end of the 3rd set, we said, well, thank God. Thank God we're done, because, oh man, I'm just so fucking high. And he goes, we have to play another set. I said, oh no, you're shitting me. He goes, we have to play another set, man. These rednecks are going to kill us. I said, okay, well, look, man, don't panic. We'll just be super cool, and we'll play some instrumental songs or whatever. And whatever we do, don't let the people in the crowd know that we're high. And he thought that was a good idea. He was pretty nervous about it all. And Bruce and Matt and I were like, they all knew by that look in my eye. So we get up to do the last half-hour set, and I go, I am so fucking high on acid, God. I'm just about freaking out. Man, the whole crowd laughed, and Matt was like, boxcars. And I said, purple iguanas, whatever. We're doing all this stuff. And meanwhile, the crowd laughed. I guess Trev didn't know that most of the crowd had eaten acid too. So we get through the night. That last set, he just kept getting smaller and smaller behind the kit. And so we load out. At that temperature, if your skin touches metal, it like sticks to it. So we loaded out. We went to the band room, where we all slept in this band room at this motel across the street. Of course, Trevor thought that he would go to sleep with three guys on acid, and that wasn't really, you know, we'd wait till he fell asleep and turn the TV up as loud as it went and anything. You know, Trevor spent a year in the band, and after that weekend, he knew that he had to move out of his parents' house. I think we had tainted him, but that's how we broke Trevor into the band, and he handled it in 100 Mile Cabaret.